You can literally say how excited I am. Take it with a grain of salt. Hey guys, I'm Berenger, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm talking all about processed foods. I'm sharing with you the processed foods I don't eat anymore, why I don't eat them, and then maybe some things that I've replaced them with. I've gotten a couple requests for this video, so I'm super excited to share all of my healthy food alternatives. You guys know I love to share that kind of stuff. So if you guys want to hear more about my processed foods alternatives, just keep watching. Before I get into all of the processed foods and all of their alternatives, I want to talk a little bit why processed foods might not be the best option. When foods are processed, they go through a lot of different processes. They can be cooked, dried, bleached, fried. All of this can strip the foods of their nutrients. These foods can be super calorie dense and they can be super addicting. Scientists are literally hired to come in, mess with the chemicals, mess with what things they're putting in the food to release the most dopamine when you eat them, which is our happy chemical, which makes you associate that food with being happy, which makes you want more of that food. In processed foods, they add a bunch of what I would consider unnecessary ingredients, whether it's colors, things to make it taste different, things to make it look different, have a different texture, things to make it smell different. There is a huge list of chemicals that are added to food, a lot of which the companies don't even test before they put it in your food. And with all of these extra things that we're adding into our body, it comes with a higher risk of diseases. The risks for cardiovascular disease, heart disease, dis-ease in the body. So I brought all of my favorite foods. I'm excited to show you guys. Let's get right into it. I will link all of the healthy food alternatives that I can down below. One of the most popular processed foods is chips. Maybe it's potato chips, maybe it's tortilla chips. And if you look at the ingredients, they are not great. They're full of saturated fats, super inflammatory oils. Inflammatory cause dis-ease in the body. Dis-ease, disease. I am all about eliminating inflammation when I can. I am obsessed with siete chips. You can literally say how excited I am. I used to not feel like I could eat chips because I felt like they were unhealthy. I didn't feel great after eating chips. When I found these, I was super excited because they have super clean ingredients. They're made out of cascava flour, avocado oil, and some flavoring if you get the flavored ones. So they flavor with things like tomato powder, sea salt, garlic powder, onion powder, nutritional yeast. My two favorite are the Fuego and the Nacho. I love to put these in my taco bowls. I love to eat these with guacamole and salsa. I'll put them on top of my salad to add a little bit of extra crunch. These are definitely one of my favorite. We are a family that loves nut butters. I used to be a huge fan of the Jif peanut butter, Nutella. Those have a lot of added sugar. Their ingredients are super processed, super roasted, super not nutrient dense. So instead of using those nut butters that have a bunch of added ingredients, I like to look for ones that are super clean in ingredients, maybe like one or two, whatever it is, plus some salt. This is the Trader Joe's creamy almond butter salted. This one is roasted. I think it tastes better than the raw almond butter. And then I have recently been obsessed with tahini. Tahini is sesame seed butter. It kind of tastes like peanut butter, but with a more mature flavor. I think this goes great on salads, in stir fries. I have been loving this stuff. When I was younger, I was obsessed with ramen noodles. I remember FaceTiming my dad and he was like, "Are you even chewing the ramen noodles? You look like you're inhaling them." As I started to become more aware of what was in my food, I looked at the ramen noodle ingredients and decided that all of those chemicals, all of that sodium probably wasn't serving me. So I have started making my own ramen. And I like using the Lotus Foods millet and brown rice noodles. These cook in 2 minutes, just like ramen noodles. You can add just like a little bit of veggie broth, maybe some garlic, some ginger, green onion to your broth. And I have started making my own ramen. With making your own ramen, with adding your own ingredients, you have a lot more control over the flavor. Plus, it is a lot more nutritious because you're using your own ingredients. You know where all of your food is coming from. Millet and brown rice, literally those are the two ingredients. Love you, Lotus Foods. I do my workouts in the morning. I have found that that's the best time for me to do them. When I get up though, I'm not always 100% ready to work out. I kind of need a little boost, a little something to get me going. And conventional energy drinks are not great for me. And I was never one for energy drinks. I was more of a coffee gal. I have fallen deeply in love with Celsius. These are my two favorite flavors. This is the peach mango green tea. This one's not carbonated, and this one is the peach vibe. Get it while you can because this is limited edition, and this one is carbonated. This gets caffeine from green tea. It's all what I would consider clean energy, super clean ingredients. If I'm gonna have any sort of energy drink, any sort of energy booster, it's gonna be a Celsius. 200 milligrams of caffeine. How much caffeine is in a cup of coffee?
According to Healthline.com, an average cup of coffee contains 95 milligrams of caffeine.
When I first got into coffee, my dad would make fun of me because it would be mostly creamer and some coffee, and I would be drinking creamers that were full of sugars and some more sugar and some sugar, and that's how I was starting my day. Wouldn't eat breakfast. I was like, I can get through it with my creamer. Now I like to make my own creamer. My favorite things to do are coconut milk and some agave. I have been on the hunt for the best natural sweetener. My favorites right now are honey and agave. This is my favorite brand of coconut milk. I also use almond milk. I challenge you to create your own creamer. See how you feel after you try it out. Pinterest has tons of recipes. I'm sure you guys have heard some things like sodium is bad for you. Salt is not great for you. The less salt, the better. I have an alternative to salt for you guys. Normal table salt. I use Celtic sea salt. A lot of the health influencers, health podcasters have been talking about Celtic salt. Celtic salt isn't processed as much as normal regular table salt. It has a ton of vitamins and minerals. This company works on harvesting their salt sustainably. I personally even think it tastes better. Some of the health experts recommend taking this just in the morning in your water. Definitely check out Celtic salt. I think you can get it on Amazon. Next up, I grew up eating a bowl of cereal every morning. Cinnamon Toast Crunch was my favorite. Fruity Pebbles, love that shit. Now I start my mornings with fruit. Usually a fruit smoothie or a large fruit bowl. I love to make fruit cereal. Now that is not a sufficient alternative for a lot of people, so I would suggest some clean granola. Take a look at your ingredients. Try not to get ones with a bunch of added sugars. If it's gonna have added sweetness, look for clean sweeteners. Watch the ingredients on your granolas and your cereals. I'm sure it's not a big surprise that I don't drink milk, but I wanted to do an alternative for your conventional nut milk. I would encourage you to look at the ingredients on your nut milks. This is definitely something that I have implemented recently. I am checking the ingredients on my nut milk, and a lot of them are full of chemicals and added gums that are unnecessary. My favorite nut milk ever is the Milk Organic Cashew Unsweetened. It's literally just water, cashews, and salt. This can get expensive. So what you can do is you can make your own milk. You can literally blend in some cashews, some water, drain it through a strainer or a cheesecloth or a very clean t-shirt, strain it, and you have your own nut milk. And it's super clean and you know what's in it. One of my most favorite things to make for dinner is tacos. We especially love miso tacos in this household. Instead of using normal wheat tortillas, I like to use coconut tortillas. These have super clean ingredients. They're made out of coconut flour. I don't really know what else to say. I mean, it's just grain and gluten-free, plant-based, organic coconut flour tortillas. Growing up, I drank a lot of soda. I was a huge Sprite fan. As I have taken sort of a step away from soda, from carbonated sugary drink, I have fallen in love with this drink. I am obsessed with the Kavita sparkling probiotic drink. I love the lemon pepper one. It's carbonated, fermented, so it's super good for your gut, and it's made out of super clean ingredients. Things like apple cider vinegar, lemon extract, sparkling water. This is what I have replaced soda with. Take it with a grain of salt. There has always been a lot of pasta in my life. I grew up loving pasta. Being Italian, it was sort of kind of a staple. I have found that normal pasta that I used to eat when I was younger, doesn't make me feel the best. One of my favorite pasta alternatives is Banzo's grain-free pasta. This stuff is super clean ingredients, literally 4 ingredients. My favorite shape is the shell pasta. I love shell pasta so much. This stuff has a lot of protein in it, made out of chickpeas. I feel way better after eating chickpea pasta than I do grain pasta. They just came out with the grain-free pizza crust. Definitely has been a staple. It was one of the first things that I switched in my health journey, was grain pasta to grain-free pasta. I have saved the best for last. I used to love grilled cheese. I used to love peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. I used to love just eating bread all day, every day. I was a huge bread person. And as I went through my health journey, I was told that bread was bad. Carbs are bad, you can't have bread. I was definitely depriving myself of something that I think my body was telling me that it would like. And as I started to build a healthier relationship with food, I have reincorporated bread. I'm very mindful about the bread I choose. I have specific brands that I absolutely love. My favorite is Super Bloom Bakery. I don't have the whole container to show you guys, but I did bring bread over to show you. I have to keep it in the freezer because it's so fresh. It doesn't have any added preservatives. Oh my god, it smells so good. And I love using it for avocado toast, bruschetta, croutons, all super clean ingredients. So just when you're picking out bread, look at the ingredients, be mindful, make sure it's things that you want to be putting in your body. That is everything I have to share with you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing all of my healthy alternatives, all of the things that I like to eat. These are the switches that I've made. So I hope you got a little bit of inspiration. Definitely let me know if you try any of these out. If you want to see more content from me, you can see my socials down below. I'll link everything. Leave a comment on any processed food swaps that you've made. I would definitely like to hear from you guys. Maybe try some of them out. If you guys like these type of videos, definitely leave it a like. Subscribe to see more from me. Thank you guys so much for watching, and peace out.